their favour, but it's absolutely gone the other way.
Bowlers need rhythm. A lot of players like to keep that rhythm. You'd rather play a game than have an extra training session. Bumrah, the third legal ball of the over after that wide. And there's no runs a bit on.
And then, Kitch, they got Mahendra Singh Dhoni as the mentor. Because Mahendra Singh Dhoni, he leads CSK, that's Chennai Super Kings, very well, and he's done phenomenally well as a captain. I don't know if the team went out today to bat against New Zealand. Toss, of course, nobody can blame anybody for the toss. Where's the mentorship? When they had a break, before that when batsmen were going in, where's the think tank? Did they do anything different? It just went southwards.
Bumrah continues. He's been getting good pace, and this time Mitchell, well, he didn't need to do that. He skied that ball long on. There was vacant on long off, and he's holed out to be caught one short of his 50. It's been a fantastic batting performance. Mitchell is going to depart for 49 of 35 balls, and the Indian fans have something to cheer about. New Zealand 96 for 2.
You just won. It's 49. You got all these overs. Knock it around, come out not out or something, and it probably would help your run rate too, I suppose. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
We've seen this a lot in this tournament, and players play rash shots, and I can probably preempt your answer to this question, Sir Clive, that they need to play some 4-day cricket before the tournament.
I keep telling you that if you don't play the longer game, it hurts your shorter game. Especially if you're just one-day specialist and you need to play, so that you get your timing right and so. And it just shows 5 days rest. You've got to now get all your adrenaline back and, your timing going. You've got to start rethinking about the situation. You've got to play often.
Absolutely.
So get everything together. You feel, I'm ready for this game. You can't just come and boom, turn it on like that. It doesn't matter who you have as a mentor or whatever. You still have to go out there and do it. And you have to play games. You cannot do well you cannot improve unless you play games.
Chew your food slowly. You just can't come down and start gulping. You're going to have indigestion.
Well, 2 balls left to this over from Jasprit Bumrah, and Anurag, you weren't able to sit in and watch the Afghanistan side, but even to my eye, I can see that India didn't even have the energy in the field that you can see that Afghanistan had.
Yeah.
They had a certain, whether you want to call it a bond or a certain level of body language, a level of intent that was coming across. As Bumrah in now to the left-handed Conway, the first ball strikes him on the pad, and there's no run. So New Zealand now 96 for 2. Requiring 15 from the final 44 deliveries.
Big question marks on the captaincy. You're getting Bumrah on, 15 runs required after, and 44 deliveries are left. You're holding on for what? Mr. Trick?
I think they did the right thing. They kept him on for 2. You don't know what was going to happen, and then he's brought him back in.
But look at the way the game is completely drifted away from India to New Zealand. They needed him earlier, as Sir Clive Lord has been saying. He would have bowled him out completely because that would have given you maybe a glimmer of hope, another wicket or so. You kept him now. Now this is all formalities.
That's Bumrah, the final ball of his spell, and it's Conway who just pushes that through to cover. So the end of the 13th over, it's New Zealand 96 for 2. Now they've finally got a slip in New Zealand. They probably needed to have a slip in a few overs ago, and their bowlers haven't really been anything of note. Chakravarti, none for 23 off his 4. Bumrah, 2 for 19, easily the best. Jadeja, none for 23 off 2. Shami, none for 11 off his 1. Thacker, none for 14 off his 1. And Hardik Pandya, he did well. He's probably going to get another over here. None for 5 off 1 over.
Kids today, hotels were cancelled.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of space, I must have, in those grounds because, they were good enough to play.
Well, I remember that. I think they brought down cruise ships to house people when they were short of hotels with the New Yorkers and the Indians based in America to come down. As this time, it's Williamson who chips that through to long on for a single and moves the total along to 97. New Zealand needing 14 from 40 balls.
Kate, another point. Now this loss today, 2 consecutive losses, doesn't matter how they play against the smaller teams after that. what this has done is it's going to draw away the television audiences as well as the audiences in the stadium to come and see India's matches, and that is not good for cricket as well.
Well, 14 needed now, as this time it's Conway, the wicketkeeper, who pushes it through to square leg. Well, I agree with you to a point, you know, but if it would mean that it sees an Afghanistan make it through to the semi-finals, that equally is good for cricket, to see a side like that make their way through.
I agree. A smaller team winning and the dark horse doing well, yes, but it'll never get to the same crowds as when India's playing their game to back their own team. They'll be so disappointed. I'm telling you.
No, they will. India, and especially Virat Kohli, has been a big champion for Test cricket, you know, and a big supporter of the game. But you know, the crowds generally have been, I think, quite poor in some of these matches. And so I do take your point that without India, you'll see a drop. As this time, well, it's a good shot from Williamson. He thought about leaving that one. Then at the last minute, he thought, no, it's a shortish ball. I can just nudge that over Pant's head, the wicketkeeper. And he does that successfully to bring up a boundary. So New Zealand now needing 9.
You know, even not very. I mean, good deliveries as well, fast deliveries as well. I mean, when you are on a roll and the way New Zealand is, all credit to them. Everything seems so easy.
It does. Sitting here, I'm off the kitchen, joined by Anurag Malhotra and Sir Clive Lloyd on special comments. You're listening to a Channel 2 Group global production. As Pandya's in, it's a short ball. Oh, it's been considered a wide here. So another total, and Virat Kohli is sitting here hoping, well, he'd probably be hoping this game could go on forever, so he doesn't have to go in and ask the questions.
Let me tell you, this is one situation where Virat would not want the cameras here to pan on him. Believe you me. Otherwise, he's right there, you know, right on your face, wears his heart on the sleeve.
Yeah, it's the power play obviously only had 2 fielders outside the circle, but got a deep square leg, fine leg, and that's a big hit over that vacant position in deep cover, and it's going to go in for 4. So Williamson wants to get this over quickly. He reduces it now. 4 runs needed off 37 balls, and New Zealand are 107 for 2.
Yes, I mean, this is a guy to see at home. He plays, he's an intelligent cricketer. He's excellent captain. He's led New Zealand very well. And an easygoing sort of person.
A cool head at the top, that's what you need.
It's
Williamson, who was only able to inside edge that down to long on, so he'll take the single and he will retain the strike. So we bring it into the 14th over. New Zealand 108 for 2 with just 3 runs needed from 36 balls. As we recap this New Zealand batting order, it was Mark Gunsel who got out to a very good start. He was dismissed 20 off 17.
और छाड़ ना लाइव नहीं है
लाइव है ना
बॉलर्स ने इंडिया को लाजवाब किया
अरे यूट्यूब पे क्यों नहीं आ रहा
1 रन के लिए दौड़ रहे हैं 2 रन रह जाएंगे अब 109 रन 2 खिलाड़ी आउट 15वें ओवर का खेल
कोई और देख ले
सिर्फ 2 रन की दूरी पर
इधर 10 स्पोर्ट चैनल देखना थले
मुश्किल सूरत हाल में है अगर मगर में लटक गई है कि क्या वो वर्ल्ड कप सेमीज में पहुंच पाएगी या नहीं
जितनी के
आसानी कह सकते हैं कि आज भारत को शिकस्त दे दी है और एक और संडे एक और शिकस्त का सामना करना पड़ रहा है। हार चुका है न्यूजीलैंड के मुकाबले में 111 रन का हदफ दिया गया था न्यूजीलैंड को खेलते इंडिया की जानिब से खेलते हुए और 2 विकेट के नुकसान पर न्यूजीलैंड ने यह हदफ पूरा कर लिया है।
आज एक बार फिर इंडियन ओपनिंग बैट्समैन जो थे या बैटर्स जो थे वो नाकाम हो गए। इंडियन ओपनिंग स्टैंड जो था वो एक्सपोज हो गया। रोहित शर्मा आउट हुए, केएल राहुल आउट हुए, ईशान आउट हुए, विराट कोहली ऐसा लग रहा था कि डेस्परेट हो गए हैं। एक ऊंचा शॉट खेलते हुए बाउंड्री के पास कैच हो गए, गेंद ने बल्ले का बाहरी किनारा लिया था, स्पिनर के हाथों आउट हुई ज्यादातर इंडियन टीम। अगर हम बात करें बॉलिंग फिगर्स की तो बॉलिंग फिगर्स कुछ इस तरह रहे कि 2 विकेटें हासिल की। ट्रेंट
मैं तो लग गई आखिया उन 10
एक ने 17 रन दिए।
वाना इंडियन जितना मैं तो लग गई आखिया न्यूजीलैंड जीत जाएगा।
वो था खिलाड़ी इंग्लैंड के बॉलर्स की जानिब से हर इस गैर जिम्मेदारी का मुजाहरा नहीं किया गया। ट्रेंट बोल्ट के बताएं तो 4 ओवर्स 20 रन उन्होंने दिए, 3 विकेटें उन्होंने हासिल की।
उन एक गेम और जितनी है ना इंडियन वाले एक और आड़े ना बाहर हो जाएंगे।
साबिक क्रिकेटर लेजेंड स्टार शोएब अख्तर इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। शोएब बताइएगा क्या हुआ इंडिया के साथ, एक और संडे एक और शिकस्त का सामना, कोई ना टिक सका न्यूजीलैंड के सामने।
बस जब बड़ी बड़ी बातें करो कि तकब्बुर करो तो यही सामने होगा। वर्ल्ड क्रिकेट खेलने आए हो तो आपको दूसरी टीमों को रिस्पेक्ट करनी पड़ेगी। यू कैन नॉट अबाउट एंड बियॉन्ड द गेम। आई थिंक इंडिया हैज शोन
इंग्लिश मास्टर बहुत सही दे और